Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video on the YouTube channel. Like, I know it's been 3 months without an upload. Alright, la-di-da-di-da, I'll be back, I don't know. But as you can tell by the title below me and the thumbnail, today we're going to be doing every signing a Big Six team needs. So today we're going to be covering Spurs, Man City and Man United. And in the next video I'll cover Liverpool, Arsenal and Chelsea. So yeah, sorry for those fans whose teams won't be in this video, they'll be in the next one. Alright, so the first team I'm going to actually be starting off with is Tottenham Hotspur. With the moves that they made this summer so far, they've signed Perisic, they've signed Fraser Forster, they've signed Yves Bissouma, and they've been linked to some other players like Bastoni. There's been rumours today I'm recording this on Sunday the 26th of June. They've been linked to Gvardiol from Leipzig, who's a good player, but I think everyone has been hyping Spurs up more than the hype that they deserve. Spurs are a very good team. Don't get it twisted. They have a very good build-up structure. They have a very good base. But what they're lacking on, like Liverpool as well, is central progression. Because if you look at their setup, they build up in 3-2-5. But what they're lacking on is players who are comfortable between the lines. Players who can go on the half-turn, create a chance out of absolutely nothing. And when it comes to Spurs, they're really lacking. Like, the only player that I can somewhat say can do that could be Kulusevski. But even he isn't the best at it. So the player that I'm going to be recommending for Spurs is Houssem Aouar. Okay, Arsenal fans, I know you're going to kill me for this, but I think Houssem Aouar can really suit Spurs because firstly, he's press resistant. Second of all, he's comfortable between the lines. And thirdly, he's really confident when it comes to the ball. He can strike a ball really well. He can give a decisive pass. And I think when it comes to Houssem Aouar, I think for the challenges that Spurs will face to eventually hit the next level, which I don't think they will, unfortunately, Houssem Aouar can really accelerate that process to make them a better team. So if I get up there, or his FB ref stats, let me just bring it up on the laptop here. Okay, so as you can see below me or beside me, if we look at Houssem Aouar's FB ref stats, according to other midfielders and wingers, he ranks highly for shot creating actions, he ranks highly for passes completed, pass completion rate, progressive passes, dribbles completed, and that is something that is really important because when Houssem Aouar is receiving it on the half turn, he can face the pressure behind him and turn and create something. Even a shot creating actions, 3.79, it's a good total. And compare that to Christian Eriksen, who's older and obviously has his history at Tottenham. I just feel that Christian Eriksen is better when he's facing play as opposed to receiving the passes when there's pressure behind him. So I think Houssem Aouar, he's a player that Spurs should be looking at. He's had an okay season. There were rumours linking him to Real Betis, but Houssem Aouar for me is the player that Spurs should sign. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I think for Spurs to move on to the next level, they need to sign players who are comfortable between the lines. That's the way you can vary your attack patterns, because right now Spurs are comfortable in the wide zones and they're building up through there, you know, when they're playing on the transition through Harry Kane, passing it into Son, blah, 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 blah. But the best teams can create in all different ways, and Spurs haven't really reached that level yet. But Houssem Aouar could change that. Spurs, listen to me, dog. Okay, so for the next team I'm going to be doing is Manchester City. So we know who Manchester City have signed. They've signed Haaland, they've signed Phillips, and they're looking to sign Marc Cucurella. But I don't want to suggest him. I'm trying to be different. I'm trying to be different, man. And I think I think Man City should be looking at someone to replace Gabriel Jesus and Raheem Sterling. Now I don't know if you guys know me, but come on. Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus offer something different in that Man City team, and relying on someone like Erling Haaland just to provide that incision is not enough. You need players who are comfortable running in behind, facing up wingers, creating opportunities for themselves. So the player that I recommend for Manchester City to sign this summer is Rafael Leão. Now what makes Rafael Leão so good is that he's comfortable playing in between the lines like Man City, because Pioli coaches a really good Milan team, but what Leão is also good at is creating opportunities for himself. Now, if I bring up his FB ref stats, he ranks highly for non-penalty goals XG, assists, shot creating actions could improve if I'm honest, but Rafael Leão, he's going to be someone that City really look towards in terms of creating opportunities, because when you have a team that has a lot of similar players as Man City do, they need players who can change it up, and that's why getting rid of Raheem Sterling and Jesus is a really bad idea. Like, I know Man City need money, or they might need players to offload for their FFP, but losing Sterling and Jesus is important because what they provide in this team is something that the other teams that Jesus and Sterling are going towards are lacking, and City will eventually lack that too. Raheem Sterling is unbelievable. Right side, left side, even behind the striker or playing as that striker, Raheem Sterling offers you everything that you need to do from a winger. He's explosive, his output is amazing, and when it comes to Sterling as well, what we really need to look at is his impact off the ball as well. He presses really good, and if I'm speaking about off-ball pressing, Gabriel Jesus is amazing at that. Pep Guardiola went on to speak about him pressing or being the best presser. So Gabriel Jesus and Raheem Sterling are going to be big misses for Man City, so Rafael Leao can really help them. You can also look at players like Serge Gnabry, or these types of players who have high output or who can provide something different to what Man City have. And for me, Rafael Leao, he's going to be an expensive one. That is the only problem when it comes to him. But I have faith in Man City. They are very, very rich. They can afford whoever they want. So I think Rafael Leao could be the guy. Let me know, Man City fans, because I could be just chatting rubbish here. Yeah, I could be chatting nonsense here. But yeah, Rafael Leao, I think he's Man City's player. Yes. Okay. So the last team I'm going to be covering in this video is Manchester United. So the player that I think they should be looking at is Ibrahima Sangare. Like, I know he's been touted all across the media, but what he offers that Man United team is different to all of their team currently. And the problem is with Man United, with Erik ten Hag coming into this team, Ralf Rangnick just exposed all of the problems going on. They're mismanaged, unbalanced. There's loads of problems going on at Man United. And when it comes to Ibrahima Sangare, he's a player that can offer so much to that team. He's powerful. Like, I don't want to racially stereotype him as like black players are, but he is. He's powerful, and what he's able to do as well is provide Man United with a vertical passing option. Vertical passing is important because that is the thing that breaks lines. The only player that can really do it in their current team is Harry Maguire. I know, shock, Harry Maguire. Oh my god, he's bad. To stop that. But what Ibrahima Sangare can also do is carry the ball. And alongside Frankie de Jong, who they're linked with, that could be a really good midfield to create a balance and create a structure behind the forward line, because again, their forward line is unbalanced as it is at the moment. So if Man United play with a midfield of, I don't know, Sangare, De Jong, Fred or Bruno, depending on the situation, or maybe Donny van de Beek, who knows, I think Sangare can provide an option that is really, really good for Man United. He passes the ball a lot in the game. He's not a volume passer, so to say, but he passes the ball a lot in the game. He's also comfortable between the lines. He has a good shot on him. So Ibrahima Sangare could provide an option for Man United. You can also talk about William Carvalho. He's had a good season at Betis, but I'm not really too big on him, mainly because of the age. If you're coming into Erik ten Hag, he wants to have this huge rebuild at Man United, and unfortunately William Carvalho is almost on the older side. Ibrahima Sangare is going to be turning 24 next season, so I think he's a player that Man United can really build off. But what do you guys think? Because you can talk about, I don't know, having De Jong as a number 6, but he's not a number 6. Please guys, he's not a number 6. He's not a player to carry the ball. No, he's not a player to receive the ball, make short passes. Frankie de Jong is a ball carrier, and Ibrahima Sangare can provide that structure for Frankie de Jong to do what he's so good at, carrying the ball forward, arriving late into the box, those types of things. So Ibrahima Sangare could be that guy. But Man United fans, what do you guys think? Because I could just be waffling on a madness here. And I'll suggest another one that they've been looking at, but Christian Eriksen could provide another option for Man United as well, because like Bruno, he's a player who's amazing at final actions, but what Eriksen does that Bruno hasn't shown so far in his Man United career is that he takes care of the ball better. Like Bruno, we all know what he's good at, we all know what he struggles with, and Eriksen, he provides what Bruno's good at, but what he doesn't do is Bruno's weaknesses. Like Eriksen isn't as dynamic as Bruno, but what Eriksen can do is take care of the ball better. Like, you saw him in that Spurs team. Inter, his form wasn't as good, but he revived himself at Brentford. He didn't see the ball loads in a game, but when he did find the ball, he either kept it or he was able to provide an option that will create something out of nothing. And that's something important with Christian Eriksen at Man United as well, because, you know, Man United are ball striking FC, and Eriksen is another ball striker, but he's another player that can top off the midfield. They might also need a winger, but I've suggested too many players for Man United. What do you guys think? All right, here's a question for you guys. What do you guys think are like the 3 most important positions that Man United need? please do let a brother know. Alright, so those are the 3 players I suggested for Spurs, Man City and Man United. Did I say anything wrong? Have I missed out on any players? Do let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I'm going to be trying to upload a lot more consistently. I don't know if you guys can tell, I have a brand new camera right now. It's a Canon M50. You know, it's an expensive camera. But you know what? I believe in YouTube and I'm going to be back for the grind. So like I said, thank you for watching this video. Let me know anyone that I missed out on. Let me know the players that I should cover for Arsenal, Chelsea and Liverpool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been Rimedi. You've been my loyal subscribers. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.